Aditi, you're somebody who knows Raebareli and Amethi inside out. Don't just represent it in the assembly, but you've also worked extensively in both of these seats when you were a part of the Congress. Today, what do you make of the fact that the Congress hasn't announced their candidates for either of these two seats, the two strongest seats they've had historically in UP?
I think it's absolutely unprecedented, and certainly the first time I am seeing a situation like this on the ground, especially कि लोगों में बिल्कुल कोई उत्साह नहीं है. There's nothing happening on the ground on the Congress front. We are less than a month away from the polling date, which is the 20th of May for Raebareli, and the 6th phase, which is, I believe, the 25th. For Amethi, and the Congress literally has not declared a pratyashi, a candidate for either of the two seats. It's absolutely unprecedented, and I mean, thank God I'm not a part of the Congress party right now, because I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to tell the ground workers. I wouldn't know what to tell the karyakartas. And certainly you can see how demotivated and confused the Congress karyakartas are walking around without without any candidate. It's unreal, actually.
Why do you think that is? Do you think this could be a sort of, a strategy to first let, the BJP announce their candidates and then sort of ambush them with some surprise candidate?
See, Padmaja, in terms of what you're saying, in terms of if this was a strategy for the BJP to announce their candidates first, then, Smriti ji was one of the first candidates to be announced from the Bharatiya Janata Party to be recontesting from Amethi. And she has been working very, very hard indeed. Kudos to her. She's been working through and through, I mean, over the last 10 years, of course, but, ever since her candidature was announced in the first list. So I don't think that's a probable cause for them to not announce candidature. As far as Raebareli is concerned, of course, we don't have a BJP candidate there as well, as of now. But more than half of the district leadership happens to be in the Bharatiya Janata Party. So we're in we're fighting on a war footing. We definitely have an upper hand in terms of karyakartas. We have a local minister as well. There's me, who's a sitting MLA. There's Manoj Pandey ji, who has helped us in the Rajya Sabha voting, and we're very hopeful that he'll help us again in the upcoming Lok Sabha election. So I don't know what they're waiting for. What they're thinking, how they think they'll have the time to prepare for such a big election. A Lok Sabha election consists of 5 assembly seats, and to cover all of that ground in less than a month. And less than a month, though, I'm saying right now, when by the time they announce a candidate, it's perhaps going to be about 3 weeks or so, or 2.5 weeks. I don't know how they think they'll cover all that ground in that time. So, if what you're saying in terms of if this is strategically being done, then I don't see the sense behind that strategy at all.
Do you think Priyanka Gandhi will contest Raebareli? There is a lot of stories being written about how people in Raebareli are talking about how Indira Gandhi's granddaughter would be the natural successor, that there is a huge wave in her favor. Do you think that ultimately she'll take the plunge?
Padmaja, end of the day, this is completely a nepotistic party. I will not be surprised if she does indeed decide to or not decide to contest. वो तो खैर उनका decision है. Of course, they're as nepotistic as it gets. So certainly there won't be a surprise there. But having said that, if that was indeed her plan, then why have they been MIA? Why have they been missing in action for the last 5 years? I think Mrs. Gandhi didn't even come to collect her certificate after winning her last election. Her daughter has only come about 2 times. I think once right after the election, that too to only scream at the Congress karyakartas कि भाई margin उतना नहीं था जितना होना चाहिए था. And the other time was during Vidhan Sabha election, when she was campaigning for whoever their Congress pratyashis were for in 2022. And other than that, she hasn't she hasn't managed to come to Raebareli at all. तो किस मुंह से वो आएंगे, किस मुंह से वोट मांगेंगे when they haven't, when they've been completely invisible for the last 5 years, they've been लापता posters. चलिए, I get that's all a part of the thing, but they haven't, bothered to nurture the constituency at all, especially over the last 10 years, but especially over the last 5 years. So I don't know what she, even if she does contest or even if she does campaign, when the people of Raebareli ask her, where have you been for the last 5 years, I really don't know what she's going to tell them.
Do you still, when you go to the ground, because you are an MLA from there, do you still find that nostalgia, that emotional connect with the Gandhi family, where people just say, just because they are Gandhis, we love this family and we will vote for them no matter what? What do people say now about the Gandhis in Raebareli and in Amethi?
I think, so I do think that up to about perhaps 7 to 10 years ago, that may have been true. But given that we've had, Modi ji working the way he does, and we've had, we're in Yogi 2.0, we have a double engine sarkar, and with everything that the BJP has done, I definitely see it diminishing more and more, which is also very reflected in their margins. Rahul Gandhi to obviously lost Amethi last pichli Panchvarshi, the last election in 2019. But even Mrs. Gandhi's margin came down significantly. So I mean, it's not necessarily about me or any other Janpratinidhi to say that. The results and the kind of margins speak for themselves. So clearly, कहीं ना कहीं वो जो लगाव था जो एक ज़माने में हुआ करता था, or that vote base has completely shifted, right? And of course, a lot of it has to do with the fantastic work the Bharatiya Janata Party is doing, be it the Ration Yojana, be it Ujjwala, be it, the many schemes, countless schemes, just say direct beneficiary transfer ho raha hai, which I think is to be a massive reason for why people love Modi ji and love the BJP and vote for the BJP. But on the other hand, you also have a Gandhi parivar that is not nurturing their vote bank. है ना? You do have to at least come to your constituency. You have to visit your people. अगर रिश्ते आप गिना रहे हैं कि हमारे पुराने रिश्ते हैं, and my grandmother and my father and XYZ and my many family members, then you also have to nurture that. And if you're never going to come to the constituency, or you're only going to come around election time, then people, it leaves people hurt, it leaves people upset, and it leaves room for other people and parties to occupy that space.